anything about our champion's performance this week, it's that it's been consistent. In both Monday and Tuesday's game, Troy Meyer responded correctly to 17 clues in the Jeopardy round, and then 17 more clues in the double Jeopardy round, both days. And of course, that total of 34 correct responses makes it easy to see how he waltzed to his fourth straight runaway win yesterday. But today's a very important game for Troy. A fifth win would really solidify his spot in the upcoming Tournament of Champions. But I'd imagine that Christina and David have a slightly different goal in mind for today's game. Good luck to all three of you. Let's see what happens in the Jeopardy round, where these will be your categories. We begin with some garden variety stories. Then, three-letter responses. How do I get there? Pacino played 'em. You wear me out. And finally, we grade that H+. Each correct response is 2 words, and I will need them both. Troy, where do we start?
Garden variety stories for 800, please.
Susan Orlean wrote about John LaRoche, arrested for stealing these tidal flowers from Florida swamps. Troy.
What's white oleander?
No. David.
What are orchids?
The Orchid Thief is the book, yes.
How do I get there for 800?
This city opposite the same named island. Drive north on I-5 past Seattle, cross the border, and use BC 99, eh? Troy.
What's Vancouver?
Right.
How do I get there for 1,000, please?
This nation. Head south out of Estonia, and you're there. But if you keep going and head into Lithuania, you've gone too far. Christina.
What is Latvia?
That's right.
How do I get there 600, please?
This river. Head to southern Idaho and enjoy Twin Falls, but don't try to jump it like Evel Knievel and Eddie Braun. Eddie did make it in 2016. Troy.
What's the Snake River?
Correct.
Garden variety for 600, please.
James Ellroy took on the real-life unsolved murder of Elizabeth Short, nicknamed This, in his novel of the same name. Troy.
What's the Black Dahlia?
Yes.
Garden variety for 1,000, please.
This Umberto Eco novel is set in Italy in 1327. Troy.
What's the name of the rose?
Yes.
You wear me out for 800, please.
Seen here is this beautiful garment of the Middle East and North Africa. Christina.
What is caftan?
That's right.
You wear me out 600, please.
You can put on your best Irish accent while wearing these perforated leather shoes of the same name. Christina.
What are Oxfords?
No.
No.
Troy.
What are brogues?
Brogues, yes.
Wear for 1,000, please.
You can stand out from the crowd with these wide-legged pants, named for a large group of women. Those are harem pants. You select, Troy.
3-letter responses for 600, please.
This federal agency has its headquarters in Atlanta, largely because the South was once the epicenter of malaria outbreaks. Troy.
What's the CDC?
Right.
3-letter for 800, please.
The answer there is the Daily Double in the round. You've found this Daily Double all week, and you've doubled up each time. What are you going to do today?
Same thing, 3,400, please.
All right, here's your clue in 3-letter responses. When it comes to food labeling, the word bioengineered is frequently replacing these 3 letters.
What is GMO?
You did it again, $6,800.
Pacino for 600, please.
As Sonny, a Vietnam vet turned bumbling bank robber in this film. Troy.
What's Dog Day Afternoon?
That's right.
Pacino for 800, please.
Sporting a beard, this honest cop who fought corruption. Christina.
Who's Serpico?
Yes.
Pacino for 1,000, please.
Homicide detective Will Dormer, whose name is close to Euro words meaning sleep in this film. Troy.
What's insomnia?
That's right, for 1,000.
We grade that H+ for 600, please.
A clever word describing Oscar Wilde adds an H to become a preposition. Troy.
What is wit and width?
That's correct. That's how that category is going to go. Bringing you to an even $9,000 and bringing us to our first commercial. We'll come right back in a moment. David Mays from Chicago, Illinois is an attorney, but I want to hear about your Chicago baseball career.
When I was in college, I had a summer internship with the city of Chicago and got to play in a summer softball league that played against different governmental offices in the area. I got to play against then Senator Obama's softball team, and I hit a home run against his team.
Hey. Did you guys win?
We won, but sadly, then Senator Obama didn't play because we figured he was working on bigger plans at the time.
And without him, it all fell apart, I guess. Christina Zimmerman is a youth program coordinator from Seattle. Now, you have a Swiss passport, is that right?
I do. The golden ticket, if anything else goes south. We're ready to go.
And what do you use your Swiss passport for in the meantime?
Well, back in the day, after college, I went over and lived there and worked, and I worked in a tourist shop selling cuckoo clocks and Swiss Army knives to American tourists who had no idea I was American somehow.
You put one over on them with the passport and all the yodeling.
Yeah, exactly. Practicing.
Troy Meyer is a music executive from Tampa. Now, we heard about David's sports experience against Senator Obama. I want to hear your LeBron story.
Okay, so I grew up outside of Cleveland, and I was walking to lunch one day, and I'm just in the cafeteria, and I went to sort of walk through the gym, and all of a sudden I've got a basketball in my face, and I look up, and the most famous man in Cleveland is walking away. LeBron just happened to be at our high school that day, and I always say it was the peak of my basketball career.
But you didn't want to challenge him to a game, right?
No.
It's probably safe. Well, in this game, you have the lead and you have control, Troy. Make a selection for us.
Let's do garden variety stories for 400, please.
Mysteries abound as plucky Agatha Raisin tries to find a killer in M.C. Beaton's novel Pushing Up These Flowers. Christina.
What are daisies?
Yes.
Garden variety 200, please.
Deborah Mogock's tulip fever is set in this European city in the 17th century when lust for the bulbs was all too real. Troy.
What's Amsterdam?
That's right.
Pacino, 400, please.
This college football coach facing scandal. Troy.
Who's Joe Paterno?
Yes.
Wear me out, 400, please.
Named for a town near Wiesbaden, H is for this type of hat seen here. Troy.
What is a Hoburg?
No. Christina.
What is a Hamburg?
Yes, it's a Hamburg with an M.
You wear me out 200?
As part of France's energy sobriety policy, President Macron began wearing this reptilian pullover to stay warm. It's not that reptilian. He just started wearing a turtleneck.
Oh.
Christina?
Let's do how do I get there for 400, please?
This UNESCO World Heritage Site. Leave Cusco on a narrow gauge railway and get set to climb up from the Urubamba River Valley. Troy.
What's Machu Picchu?
Correct.
3-letter for 1,000, please.
The police will put out one of these to other law enforcement agencies to be on the lookout for a suspect. Troy?
What's an APB?
You are right.
3-letter for 400, please.
Elon Musk holds this 3-letter title at both Tesla and SpaceX. Troy?
What's CEO?
Yes.
H+, 400, please.
To be unwell, take some preparation H to call out for a cab. Troy?
What is ale and hail?
Right.
H+ for 800, please.
A planet lets an H settle on it to become a fireplace's brick floor. David?
What is earth and hearth?
You're right.
How do I get there for 200?
This venue that opened in 1891 goes south on 5th past Central Park, hook a right onto 57th, hit 7th, and also practice, practice, practice. Troy?
What's Carnegie Hall?
That's right.
Pacino for 200, please.
This reluctant, for a while, member of the Corleone crime family. Christina?
Who is Michael Corleone?
Yes.
3-letter 200.
An agency of Homeland Security. It tells you what you can and can't take on a plane. David?
What's TSA?
You're right.
H+ for 1,000.
A restaurant with tables on the sidewalk adds H to the menu for a word meaning to irritate by rubbing. That would be cafe and chafe. And now for the final clue, and we grade that H+. Insert an H in a word meaning identical, and you get a feeling of disgrace. David?
What is shame and same?
Well, in the other order, but yes, that's correct. That takes you to an even $2,000, David. And you'll select first in Double Jeopardy. That round begins in a moment. Stick around.